Hi, I'm Donna Lucas. For the last 2 years, I've led games at my VBS program at my church. At first, I felt disappointed when our VBS director begged me to consider doing games. I felt so convicted that I wanted to present the Bible content, but she needed me, so I agreed to do it, and I ended up loving this part of VBS. So why are games so important anyway? Guess what? Kids like to move. Surprised? Of course not. But did you know that kids need to move? God made them that way. And that's one reason why games are often kids' favorite part of VBS. They for sure are not thinking about the learning value of a game. They just want to play. But in fact, most kids learn best while they are moving. And games provide plenty of teamwork and fun. But at Gospel Light, our games are different. They are games with a purpose. There are 2 types of games offered in your kit. There are Bible games that help kids review the Bible facts, memorize the Bible verse, or apply that session's Bible truth to their everyday life. And then there's recreation games. Those are common games that you and your kids will probably know, with a themed twist to them. If you have just one game center, like most churches, then you can use both resources to choose which games you're going to play. I combine both resources and pick the best games for my students. Because we have only 20 minutes, I try and choose one Bible memory game and one that's just fun. Now, be sure you don't look at games as that non-lesson part of VBS. That was my initial problem. But see it as the best place to talk to kids about Jesus. The easiest way to do this is keep a volunteer pocket guide with you. Know the information for each session that's in this guide. Then you'll be familiar with the Bible verse, the life focus, and the Bible story. You'll have the session's discussion questions right in your fingertips. Read each game ahead of time and choose 1 or 2 for each session. I like to plan for at least 2 games. That way, if the kids get bored with one game, then we can quickly move on to another option. Kids these days have such a short attention span, so I have found that always having a second alternative is helpful. Take time to adapt the games you choose. Think about the place you'll be playing, the ages and skill levels of the players, and the number of kids playing in each group. Use your creativity. Give yourself permission to adapt to make each idea work best for your facility and group of kids. I like to have an option to make the game harder if it seems too easy, or easier if my little kindies can't be successful at it. Watch the kids' reactions and have a plan to adapt as necessary. Your program has options to make games easier or harder depending on the actual game you pick. By having a loose plan, you can adapt as you go. This is really important. You know that person who seems to always be able to think on their feet? They can do that because they thought through different options and scenarios ahead of time. Everyone can have that same talent with a little preparation. Read all the options for younger and older children, understanding that what helps the kids feel successful is important. Your books contain information on age-level characteristics that can help you gauge what the kids can do. It's on pages 10 to 12, so check that out. If you're prepared ahead of time, no one misses out on playing the game while you spend the time trying to make it work. Next, collect supplies and prepare items for specific games. Then, group general supplies together and pack all your supplies specific to each game in a labeled box or bag. There, now you're set to lead games. Explain rules clearly and simply. Do this in step-by-step order. Play a practice round. Play a game once just for practice. Kids learn best by playing. Vary the way kids are teamed up for each game. After the first round, you can change it up by saying, whoever's wearing the most green on each team, rotate to your right. This way, the teams never become a clique. And you can move some of the best players around so you even out your teams. Keep plenty of water on hand. And don't forget paper cups and trash cans. Even if you are inside, you'll need water for the kids. Look for effort, teamwork, attitude, and enthusiasm, and thank those players who show it. When you give instructions, use positive words instead of a negative instruction like, don't use your feet. Give a positive instruction like, hit the ball only with your hands. This helped kids to have a better idea of what they can do. For some of the Bible games, you'll find cards and game pieces at the back of the Bible Games Center Guide. Each Bible game has a list of conversation suggestions. These questions and ideas help kids understand the Bible concepts and how those concepts apply to their everyday life. Be alert for natural openings to talk with children about receiving God's love and forgiveness, and about joining His family. Read the Leading a Child to Christ article so that you'll be prepared to talk with children who want to make this important decision. And remember, if kids are rotating through the game center, they may not yet have heard the Bible story. If that is so, you have options. Try playing the Bible verse game instead of the Bible story review game. You can also play the previous day's game as a review. Or you might want to briefly tell or read the Bible story to the kids before they play the game. It allows me to connect the content to the game, and I like to let them know why we are changing a familiar game to have a Bible connection. We know you want your kids to leave the game time having had more than just fun and physical activity. They can know and understand God's Word by playing games. So get prepared to help kids understand the Bible and get excited about Jesus. Pray, plan, adapt, and add a dash of your own creativity. You'll see that games can go big in helping kids know Jesus. Game on!